Hello, MagnumMeta community, and welcome to another training. I am making this video quickly because we had a very important update today, which I have shared earlier with you guys, and that is we are listing MForge, which is absolutely great. And right now, the liquidity farming will go live. So the liquidity farming offer for liquidity providers will go live. And the reason why we are listing MForge now is because to give our existing community enough time. So probably 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks the offer is going to last, and for them to be able to get 200% of their MForge, right? So it is such a very huge offer, and um, it is something that can, even give you way more than the amount of MGB tokens you held before the migration to MForge. So you want to look at it from a very strategic point of view. And I think this is absolutely, absolutely great. Considering the fact that MForge is going to be on a lower supply and circulating supply. So it is such a big deal. And I think it's an incredible offer that any serious person, well, I won't say serious person, but anybody who has, the ability to be part of it. Okay. So again, the liquidity farming is for people who want to, and like I said, it's for people who really want to make it really, really big. And understand that liquidity farming basically allows you to share from all of the profit that is being generated on a particular pair. So, like I gave an example yesterday, if every pair, like if the pair is generating, for example, $1,000 as fees every second, that fees will be shared among all the liquidity providers. Okay, you make that money every second. And now to maximize your farming or maximize your reward, that is where MagnumMeta smart contract, that is the LP farming smart contract, will come into play. But I won't be talking about that now because that is not live. So we're going to just focus on the liquidity farming, and you get your LP tokens the moment that smart contract is live. Lock those LP tokens there and just see yourself getting more and more and more and more MForge. So we're going to have an incredible time. And again, I always try to make sure these trainings are very educative, so it doesn't look like, make believe, and you can see how things work for yourself, because we are a learning platform, and education about things we do, we take it seriously. So we want you to understand the entire process. Again, Magnum would always do the right thing, and that is why we are working. The platform we are actually using to achieve this is PancakeSwap. Okay, so right now I am on the PancakeSwap website. You want to make sure that you you are on the right website. So this will give you pancakeswap.finance. I will actually copy this URL of the website and share it with you. It is not a difficult tax. It is not a cumbersome tax. It is something that is very easy, very easy. So I'm going to be very slow with this training so you guys can get every single step of it. Now, the first thing you want to do is, before you provide liquidity, is to make sure you have USDT. USDT means the dollar in crypto, like a stable asset. So you want to have USDT. That is the first thing you want to have. Then the second thing you want to have is your MForge. Now, I know everyone of our existing community members already have their MForge. So you have your MForge. The third thing you want to have is the BNB. The BNB is what you're going to use to pay for your gas fees. It is actually very minimal, and I'm going to show you guys my wallet and what I have, and also we're going to look at the fees that was charged and what is left. Okay, so when you're working on any network, you will need to have their token to pay gas fees. All right, The BNB does not come to Magnum in any way. It's just for the network. All right. Just like the way we had Matic for Polygon network. Right now that the token is on the Binance Smart Chain, it is for, we're going to use the BNB, BNB coin to pay gas fees. Okay. So right now we are on Pancake Swap, and I wanted to show you guys again. I know I said this on the call yesterday, but I'm going to say it here again. So remember, it is farming, and I'm just going to talk about this briefly. So the first thing is to provide liquidity, and the moment you provide liquidity, you come and you farm. So we're just going to look at the farms. The farm is the next phase of what, in 2 weeks time, once Magnum releases the LP staking farming contract, then you guys can maximize huge profit, from that again. So so this is basically different farms. I actually explained this. These are different farms. In this case, you can see USDT and BNB LP. You can see USDT. You can see them. Yesterday we checked this out. If you guys can remember, yesterday we checked this out. So this is a farm. This is USDT and BNB. They are pairing their asset with a stable asset, and this is the volatile one. The reason why these things like this are paired is because of what we call impermanent loss. I spoke about impermanent loss, so I'm going to just explain that in a layman's understanding for you guys to understand. So let's assume you bought Bitcoin in 2021, when Bitcoin got to $40,000. Let's assume you bought one Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin actually crashed, which a lot of us are very familiar with. It went down up to about $10,000, right? So what then happens? So it means that the value of your asset, which you bought at $40,000, is $10,000. Now that is considered as a loss, but your loss is not permanent. So you can call that an impermanent loss. Reason is because the price of your Bitcoin has the potential to go back to $40K and even above that. Your loss will become permanent the moment you decide to sell your Bitcoin at the value $10,000 because the price has come down. That is what we'll call permanent loss, right? So that is just me giving you guys an idea of what impermanent loss is. So your loss will always remain impermanent if you don't act on it. But your loss will become permanent when you act on it. So when you're already at a loss and you act, you execute, then your loss will become permanent. I hope we understand that. So in this case where we have USDT and BNB, these are two pairs, and USDT being a stable asset, BNB being a volatile asset. So the USDT is stable. So no matter what happens, the price of USDT will remain what it is. But on the other case, BNB is volatile. It goes up, it goes down, and stuff like that. So that means where in a situation where these two pairs, that's USDT and BNB, are together, where you would likely experience impermanent loss is on both pairs, but they work differently, right? Or rather on BNB. So how this works is, or what Magnum has done is to pair their assets with USDT. So where you can experience the impermanent loss is going to be on the MForge, not on the USDT. So let me explain how that works when it comes to liquidity providing. So let's take, for example, you have 1,000 MForge and you provided liquidity 1,000 MForge. And the price of MForge, for example, okay, let's assume the 1,000 MForge is worth $100, and you provided liquidity, right? 1,000 MForge at $100. The Pancake Swap will calculate that value as dollars and not the amount of MForge you put in. So it will calculate your 1,000 MForge at $100 at the time you put it in. Now, when the price of MForge goes up, right, what will now happen is that the system will adjust to the value of MForge. So your 1000 M Forge will no longer be 1000. So let's say right now it's going to be 90 M Forge, or sorry, going to be 900 M Forge or 800 M Forge. You understand that? So at that point, it is called impermanent loss. Even though the price of the asset has gone up, but your quantity has changed in the pool. That is also applicable if the price of MGB goes below. And let's say you started with 1000 MForge. If the price of MGB token goes below, you will have more MForge. So your 1000 MForge will now be probably like 1200. Do you understand that? Now, your loss will become permanent if you execute at any point in time when it's high or low. So it means that if you execute when it's low, instead of you getting 1000 and forge you came with, you will get maybe 800. Now, if you execute when the price went down, instead of you getting your 1000 that you came with, you will get 8200. That is basically the explanation of how this works. So that is why when it comes to liquidity farming, there's a lot of rewards behind it. So when you are farming more of the tokens, no matter which way it swings, you would always be in profit. So what I've explained to you is the only risks associated with this, right? There are other risks again where you have things like a rug pull. A rug pull means when the owners of the company, pull the plug, and which is not the situation here, because obviously we have put a lot of measures in place about the token. And again, the people behind this project are people that everybody knows, and John being in the US, so there are already a lot of measures there, and I don't think that is even anything to be worried about. And again, the total supply or the total circulating will be so small that you can't even do a rug pull, right? So I think I've been able to share you guys what the risk is. And I tell you, this is what most people will not tell you. Now, when you look at everything that I've said, the only potential risk as it is the impermanent loss. But Magnum is taking care of that. So now for you to come in right now that we have the liquidity provider offer, what Magnum is going to do is to give you 100% of the total liquidity you provided. So I'm going to give you an example again. So let's assume you brought in 100, you brought in 100 M Forge, and you $100 worth of M Forge, and you brought $100 worth of USDT. Adding both of them together will give you $200 worth of value in your liquidity pool. In the liquidity pool, what Magnum is going to do, they will give you $200 worth of M Forge. So you can see you have 1000, you have 1000 M Forge. I'm assuming 1000 M Forge is $100, and you have your USDT. But now you have extra 2000 M Forge. So this is a win-win as it is right now. So you want to take advantage of the offer. It's just 2 weeks. The moment the yield farming goes live, it is ended. And all of the liquidity providers, they will all receive their tokens, will be airdropped. Okay. So that is how it's going to work. So I don't want to speak too much, but let me just get into the whole thing. So like I mentioned, the things that we need to get started now. So I'm going to come to my wallet here, and I'm going to show you guys my wallet. So here in my wallet, you can see I have BNB, which is about $4.29. The price of BNB is fluctuating right now. As you guys can see, the market has been, fluctuating really seriously. The M4 here is 25,629. You can see it. And oh, sorry guys, I think I'm in the wrong wallet. 1 minute. Okay, so now this is the wallet we'll be working with. So this particular one, you see we have BNB about $4.98. Here we have about 20,568 and Forge, and also we have USDT here. So the pair that I need is MForge and USDT, and the BNB I'm going to use it for gas fees. All right. Now, the next thing I want to do is to import the LP tokens. The LP tokens are the tokens that actually PancakeSwap is going to give me to show that I have my liquidity in their pool. And with my LP tokens, I can pull out my liquidity if I don't lock my LP tokens in the MagnumMeta smart contract. Okay. So this is the LP. I put a smart contract. I already shared the smart contract earlier today, but I would still share it again, or you can go and check the announcement group and you can find it. So this is the symbol. This is the cake LP, and this is the 18 decimal. So I'm just going to click on next, and I'm going to import it. So I haven't provided any liquidity yet. That is why it's showing zero. But the moment I provide liquidity, you're going to see it here. So we have this, sorted out, right? So like I said, we have the USDT, we have the MForge, and we have the BNB for gas fees, and the LP and this cake LP for our liquidity pool token. Okay. So now let's go in and let's make it happen. So the first thing, like I said, you want to come to this page, pancakeswap.finance. I will share this URL again, and you click on trade and you come to liquidity. So we start here, we'll go to liquidity, and I'm going to connect my wallet. So let me connect my wallet. Meta connected my wallet, and once you click on MetaMask, you just need to sign in, and you can see my wallet here is already connected. And so now we would provide liquidity. So what I'm going to do is I would come here. You don't need to bother to touch anything here. Remember how we got here? We came from trade, liquidity, and that will bring us to this page. But you want to make sure you've connected your wallet first. And now I'm going to click on add liquidity. So when you come to add liquidity, you will choose your pair. Remember, the listing pair is going to be MForge and USDT. So I am going to look for MForge. So MForge is here. And I'm also going to look for USDT as well. So USDT is here. So that is it. Now, the moment I have done that, I would click this V2 here. Don't click anything here. If you click on V3, it won't count. You come here where you see add V2 liquidity. This is what you should click on, this, right? You click on that. Then again, you will now put the amount of USDT. So in this case, I'll click max USDT, and it will just, tell me how many MForge that I would need. So here, it's telling me I need the amount of USDT that I have will give me 6,258.63 MForge, right? So this is what it tells me, and I would now enable MForge and also enable USDT. All right. Now this VP LP 0.225% TFE means that every fee that is every transaction, this is the fee that they charge on people who are trading. So you will share from these fees per second and anytime there's an activity. This is what this means. Okay. So now we're going to enable MForge. So we're going to click on this to enable MForge, and we'll just need to sign in. You click here next and approve. Okay, so we have done that. Then now we're going to enable USDT. All right, so we've done MForge, we enable USDT. We'll do the same thing. We'll sign, approve, and that is it. So we're waiting for the transaction to go through, and you can see we can view it here on the Binance Smart Chain. So it's still showing enable USDT. So okay, so it's gone. So we have provided the liquidity. So now I will click on add, and you can see it's telling me it's going to supply $96 because that was what I had, or 96 USDT, and it gave me the equivalent in MForge. And you can see it's telling me what my LP tokens is going to be. So I'm going to receive 775.409, and also my share in the pool. It means that whatever transaction, for example, if the fees is $1,000, I'm entitled to 1.87%. Now, if you want to have a bigger amount, a bigger share in the pool, it means your liquidity, your quantity of liquidity provided will be way much bigger than that. So usually that is why I said the big investors, the big ones, they know how to control this. They provide a huge liquidity and they control most of the market. But regardless, you're still able to make, no matter how little. But for those who really want to really make the most of it, because this money comes in really, really fast and so quick, you want to make sure you have a huge share. So you can see obviously what I have provided in total. You can see what I've provided in total. So I already have 1.87% of the liquidity pool. Okay, so I'm going to click here and confirm supply. So we will wait for the confirmation. We'll need to sign. You can see it's going to show you every single thing. I'm going to click on confirm. And once I click on confirm, now it's going to ask me to add my Cake LP to my wallet. So I will just click on adding that. It will automatically take my LP. You can see it here. My LP tokens is going to add it to my wallet. And I will just close that. So this is how to provide liquidity. Very simple, very straightforward. It's not complicated. Now let's go back to our MetaMask wallet and let's look at our tokens. You can see my USDT is gone. You can see my MForge. I have about 14,310. And you can see my BNB. I still have about 4.78. Remember when we started, we had about 4.98. So you can see it's just minimum fractions that you need. But you just want to make sure you have about $5 of BNB. But you will never even use up to even 50 cents. You use very tiny, weeny fractions. Okay? So I hope this explains all of that. And this, your LP tokens would always be yours, and you can use it to pull out the liquidity. But for the farming, the offer that is going on with MagnumMeta, the moment you lock this LP tokens into the MagnumMeta farming smart contract, you will receive 100% of the total liquidity you have provided. You will receive a total of it. So now we can also come and check my liquidity pool here, and you can see my position here. I can click on it. It tells me my total liquidity is $182.57 dollars. So you can see it here. And so that is it basically. So that brings me to the end of the presentation. I hope you guys understood it. It's pretty much very easy, and I wish you guys a happy farming. All right, thank you and have a wonderful night. Bye.